Hey, and welcome back to Han Solo Board Gaming. We've had some exciting developments since our last video. We are pleased to announce we have our first celebrity endorsement. That's right. As of February 2020, son of, or for sure relative of famed star funny man Jackie Gleason, Scott Gleason has pledged his loyalty to me at the city level. We were doubtful at first, let me tell you, but after a Google search of the last names, they are spelled exactly the same, so all doubts removed. We have confirmed the identity, and we couldn't be more excited. Thanks again, Scott, for your donation. It's really appreciated. At the city level, Scott unlocked the ability to vote on upcoming videos and video series on this channel. If you yourself are the relative or descendant of a famous person please don't hesitate to head on over to our Han Solo Board Gaming Patreon page and pledge that loyalty to me, Hans. Now, on to the game. Released in 2014, designed by Rudiger Dorn, illustrated by Andres Risch, and published by Pegasus Spiel, Istanbul won the Kennerspiel des Jahres Award, or Game of the Year, the year it came out. This game does not come solo out of the box, and in fact, now that I think about it, no Rudiger Dorn game I've played does, and that's a real bummer, Rudy. I love your games and I love your mechanics. Show us solo gamers some love. This is the second game I've done a variant for by Rudy, and I like his stuff. If you need some help, Rudy, I'm here. Anyway, once you know this game, its bits and rules, you're gonna get through this thing in about 30 to 40 minutes when you're playing solo. I recommend two things when you play this thing solo. First, make sure you're using the solo variant created by AV Guy on Board Game Geek. I've included a link to those rules. They're very solid. But if you want an opponent to push you and direct you, then you're going to want to use an automa that I created. And again, I've included those rules in a link below. You can use the solo variant and automa for both the base game and the Mocha expansion, although today you are just going to see me using it in the base game. So won't you please join me as I now solo Istanbul. Hey everyone, here we have set up the solo version of Istanbul. We've used AV Guy's setup with our gems, our rubies. We're using our Instamat to give us an opponent. We've set each of the other four merchants aside as our merchants guild. I guess thematically I haven't thought of a really great one. My thought would be you're trying to enter the merchant skill. In order to do that, you have to beat all of the merchants one time. And then you're set for life within the streets of Istanbul, maybe. I don't know. So this is making a variant series. I'm trying to get thoughts, feedback, play testing done on this thing. It is not a finished product. You're going to see me talk about a few things that that I might want to change. Let's talk a little bit about this mat. I got the idea of this mat off of Scythe, the Scythe automa, which is just a round tracker, and they would gain stars along the way, eventually gaining the last star, which would then trigger the end game. So I thought that is what we could do. So this is simply, I'll explain the parts. Here is just the location actions. So each turn, you're going to be possibly affecting one of the locations on the board. And to me, one of the big things I really loved about Istanbul when I first was introduced to it was how the post office changes after a visit, that the market changes after a visit, that the price of things change as people buy them. I just thought that was such an interesting thing in a board game, that it was ever changing and never really the same. So so these location actions, you're going to draw them in each turn. The AI is going to have a way to adjust it. So say I really had the goods to make this market really effective to me, and the automa changes it. Now all of a sudden I might not have all the goods that I need. So just like in a multiplayer game, other people would be changing things around you pretty constantly if you're playing a 3 or 4 player game in this. I try to mimic that with the AI. We're only going to use or locations 5 through 15. 18 and 19 are for the Mocha and Bakshish expansion. So I have them all in one mat, but you can use it for the base game and forward. I don't have anything made for the letters and seals yet. So far, this is the extent that this road has gone. This is how far we've laid the track thus far. And each turn at the beginning of the automa's turn, before you do its action, you're going to just move the ruby marker one spot each time. Anytime it lands on one of the rubies indicated, you're going to add a ruby to his pile. Okay. There's one other way that the mat can get a ruby, and that is gaining both both tiles of a mosque type. So you'll see with action 14, we roll a d6 on a 3 or 4. We're going to remove a red tile, on a 5 and a 6, a green tile. So there's a chance that he's going to gain a ruby if he gets both mosque tiles. Then all of a sudden, instead of 32 rounds, you've only got 29 rounds. If he does that for both mosques, you're only going to have 25 rounds in order to beat this automa. So as you see, depending on what he does around town, will lengthen or shorten the amount of time you have to gather your 6 rubies. So that's the Instamat. That's the mat portion of the automa. The other portion of the automa is this little baggie. And this little baggie is going to determine what color merchants you're going to move, what direction they're going to move, and what location is going to get adjusted. So let's take a look at just an example of that. If I drew this token from my bag, I would move the blue merchant south one spot, and then I would build an action number 14, which is to roll a 6-sided die. It's a 1. On a 14, on a 3 or 4, I discard the red. On a 5 or 6, I discard the green, so I do nothing. Okay, so luckily he did not discard a tile. Now, I put that back in the bag. I move the Istanbul marker. That was his first turn, and then it goes back to my turn. So that's simply it. Okay, one last thing before we get into it. I'm assuming you're familiar with Istanbul. If you're not, you are using your merchant to move around with his assistants to do certain things around town. On your turn, you're going to be allowed to move 1 or 2 spaces away from where you're at. You're going to either drop off a merchant, or in some cases, pick up a merchant and do the actions of the tile. I'm not going to go through each tile action. Before we get into it, you'll kind of see as they work. But basically, you're doing a few different things. Either you're collecting goods in order to buy rubies, good for good, just trading goods for rubies, or you're collecting goods to sell at the market to get money to buy gems at the gemstone dealer. You could also visit the great mosques, delivering some resources. If you collect both tiles from each mosque, you'll get 1 ruby. So I'm trying to get 6 before the Instamat gets 6, before the automa gets 6. So let's just get right into it, and you'll kind of see how it all moves. So I think one of the first things I'm going to try to do is maybe get this. I want to get one of these. I think I want to get one of these mosque tiles right away. It's usually beneficial to try to get one of these abilities. This mosque, if I get this one, I'm going to get a 5th assistant. So I have a little bit longer reach. I've got, this one allows me to spend 2 to bring an assistant back. So you don't have to, a lot of times you have to really plan out your movement. These allow you to have a little bit more range. This one allows you to manipulate the dice whenever you need to use dice. And this one allows you to buy extra goods at any of the warehouses. Blue is a very hard resource to gather. You can get it from the post office when it becomes revealed, the black market, and then through the smuggler, trading with him. I could just try to get all the way away. You get that red, come back at the police station, get the dice manipulation, call it back. I feel like getting the Wainwright extended early is going to be helpful because then I'll be able to hold more goods here. Question is, which one of these moss tiles do I truly want? Or do I want to just start getting money and extending my Wainwright? Oh, so many tough decisions. Let's go over. I don't want to be trapped over here if they come up. I'm going first, so I only get 2 coins, so I can get past him one time. Whenever I go into a location with one of these merchants, I'm going to have to pay 2 coins to pass through or enter it. So having some money is important. The Caravanserai is really nice. It gives bonus cards, so that's always an option. But I think I want this one. I'm kind of thinking money. So although the tea house is so far away, do I just get it to hopefully help with the black market and get more of the blue ring resource? I could go there. I do want that Wainwright though. I could jump back and forth there after getting that. And then I'll be able to max that out much faster, and then I won't have to go over in that direction. Okay, so let's go around. We're going to try to get this red tile, and then we're going to hang out around here to max out our Wainwright a little bit, and then we'll go make our deliveries. And hopefully we'll do that all fast enough. So my first one, I will move 1, 2, and max out my cloth. Oop. Messed these up before. Okay. All right, so we've got maxed out my cloth. That's my turn. So now it's the automat's turn. We're going to say it's its first turn. So we're putting our ruby marker there on turn 1. And then we're going to draw out. And it's red 15. So there's no direction, so it's not moving. It's just going to activate the 15th location action. The 15th location is the Great Mosque. So I think it's on a 3-4. I'm going to roll a dice on a 3-4 and remove this tile. On a 5-6, I remove that one. 5-6, he gains his first yellow mosque tile. So he just needs a blue, and he gets another ruby. So if he pulls another 15, rolls a 3 and a 4, he's going to get his first ruby. I wanted to max that out. I want to come back and get this, and then eventually I want to go over there. So what stops do I want to make on the way there? Do I want to stop and get a bonus card? Or do I want to move my family member somewhere? Maybe I move my family member somewhere. But where do I move my family member? I want to be at somewhere around here because family members can get returned. What I'm talking about is this police station. If I go there, I can send this person to any location on the board. But they stay there until another merchant sends them back. So when and if a merchant enters a space with my family member, I can spend either 3 lira or a bonus card and send them back to the police station so I can send them out somewhere again. So that's what I'm talking about, family member. So do I find it more beneficial to get cards, or do I want to send my family member? I guess I could say, why not both? I've got 3 actions, 1, 2, 3. I can go back to the fountain and recall all my workers to my pile, then head out over into this direction. So I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm first going to go to the Caravanserai, and I'm going to draw 2 cards. I'm going to keep one of them. This one's going to give me 5 lira, and this one's going to let me do the post office action 2 times in a row. Both seem really nice. I don't have any immediate plans to go to the post office, so I'm going to keep this 5 lira. That's going to help me obtain those Wainwrights I'm looking for a lot faster. Okay, so that was my second turn. So now we're going to advance the automat and draw for the automa's action. So it's going to be the red one. He's going to move north. Okay. So one of the things that I want to think about is the movement of the AI. Right now I have them starting in the fountain, and then moving just one space in the direction. And you'll find it's going to be in a pretty tight cluster around here. They're not going to get very far. I don't know if it's necessary for them to get very far, as long as they create some sort of tension and traffic for me to get back to and around the fountain. I think that's fine. But there's some other things that I thought about. Instead of all starting at the fountain, they start at the four corners and move inward, or just roll and randomly place them. Another thought I thought was, yes, they start in the fountain, but let's say red was on the bottom here. I move everything that's on top of that color. So I drew 5 north. They would all move up here. And the next time, let's say I did this blue 5, but let's say this said, I don't know, east. I would then take the blue and green east. And then the next one, and then they slowly spread out a little bit faster. Those are all some possible ideas. I don't know exactly which one is the best, but we're going to stick with just the easiest one to manage is they start at the fountain and then move out. It's the lowest setup or impact or rule change. It's pretty basic. So this was a north and this was a 5. So on the post office, he just adjusts the market for being there. So that's the Instant second turn, and we're back to us already. We're going to come down here. We mentioned our family member. We're going to send our family member somewhere. I could send somewhere around here and feel comfortable that it's going to be coming back. I could send them here and get another card. I could send them over here to max out my green. Won't do me any good because that's going to go away. So do I want to try to get some blue perhaps and then also sell at the market? I'm going to be playing around here, I think, for a little while, and so that I don't have to come up into this corner anymore. I can focus on being fast and efficient down here. So the quicker I can get out there and get that going, the quicker I can start hunting for rubies. So what's going to help me best is I think just get money so I don't have to make as much money. So we're going to go here to the post office. I'm going to get a red and a yellow. Oh, I'm not going to get a red. I'm going to get a yellow and 2. Is that even worth it? I don't know. I don't think it is. So let's go. Yeah, we'll do it. So we're going to get a yellow and 2 lira. Since I'm already maxed out on red, I can't move it any further over that way. So now I've got 9 lira between my card and my 4 coins. So now we move the automa mat one more, round 3. Let's draw another token. Let's see who's moving. So blue is going to move east, never eat, soggy wheat. So he's moving east, and then number 11 is a market, the small market. We rotate that market. Okay, now we're back to our turn. We're going to complete our movement here, drop off our last assistant. And we're going to discard, we need to have 2. We're going to discard 1. That's what this means, have 2 of them. Discard 1. Okay. So now we have that ability to, sorry, my focus is off this morning. To either place a dice at a 4 or have a free reroll whenever I'm at one of the locations that has this symbol. And there's 2 of them. There's the tea house where I'm heading. There's the black market where I might need to head eventually to get these blue resources. All right, so I moved, got that. Per the solo variant rules of AV Guy, once I buy a mosque tile, I remove all other one of each mosque other tile. So whenever I buy, I remove the other ones to make it more expensive. Whenever the automa buys or gains one, it's just one from that pile. You don't have to remove all of them. So now already I need to have 4 pineapple, 4 fruit, 4 yellow to get this tile at the Great Mosque, which I'm clearly very far away from being able to do. Okay, so that was the end of my turn. So now we're on to round 4 for the automa, and that automa is going to move, yellow is going to move west, and it's going to be location 10, which is a market. And very interestingly enough, both red and yellow actually affected the one they moved to. Didn't plan it, but that's definitely how it worked. Okay, and now we're back to me. This is going to be a simple collect my assistance move back to the fountain so I can head over in this direction and hopefully move freely back and forth between the tea house and the Wainwright as much as I can. I talked about earlier about entering a position with another merchant. That's true of every location except the fountain. You can pass through or enter the fountain for free. It is public domain. All right, we're moving this next round marker. Excuse me. And let's draw for the automa. So blue is going to move north, and it's tile 10 again, location 10. Okay, so my goal was to move up in this direction. I've got merchants ahead on top of me, so heading this way is going to cost me money. I could go one and then to the Wainwright and then go back and forth between the two, getting one more card before I head on up that way. That way I can hopefully avoid and get around. So let's do that. We're going to go here. I'm going to draw two. So here now there is a discard pile. This do the post office action twice. So I could take this one in one of these. But the post office isn't in my near future, so I'm not going to take that one. I'm going to draw two. So this one it lets me do the post office twice. Or here, when I trade in at Sultan's Palace, I can do wild. I can do any different 5 that I want. It doesn't have to match what is shown here. That's really powerful, especially with my plan to max out my Wainwright. I could just fill them up and be able to discard any ones that I want, which is really nice. So I'm going to go ahead and keep that card. This right here, I forget his name, but I could spend either 2 lira or discard a card that I already have to draw another one and then move him. But really, I want to keep my lira for the Wainwright, and I like the 2 cards that I have, so I'm going to leave him there. So let's advance the automa and see if there's any movement. Okay, yellow is going to move east, so he's back in the fountain, and it's number 15, so we're going to roll for that one. If it's a 3 or 4, he is going to get his blue die, his blue mosque, and it's a 4, so he does get the blue mosque, and that means he's got both tiles, which means he's going to get his first ruby. So already, we no longer have 32 rounds. He doesn't need to get this ruby. That'd be 7, doesn't need it. It's going to be 29 rounds because he already has 1 from the mosques. But that also means that now at 15, we won't do anything. We won't have to roll for that location. He can't gain any more benefits. I suppose that's something we need to clarify. Do I keep doing it and just make it more expensive for me? That's a possibility. Max out the price. We could do that. Let's do that. Let's say 15s, he'll still remove them. He can't gain another ruby, but he'll still remove them if there is. But he'll never, let's say this, he'll never remove the final tile because I think I should always at least have the option to buy one, and I think that's true in the multiplayer game. So now it's my turn. I'm going to now head on over to the Wainwright. I'm going to spend this 5, 6, 7 in order to get my first extension on my Wainwright. 2 more, so 14 more coins will net me my first ruby, and I'm going to make that a priority just so I don't ever have to come back in this direction. I just think it's so far away. So that was my turn. Automa turn moves. Let's draw a token, see what's happening. So blue's not going to move, and we're just going to adjust the post office. Okay, my turn. I think I'm going to stick with my plan here. Way the tea house works is I say a number, and I get that number if it's equal to or greater than the number I said. If it's less than the number I said, I only get 2. This ability lets me turn the dice to a 4 for sure or have a reroll. So I'm going to turn this to a 4 for sure. And I'm going to say 6. because I've got 2 here. I need 6. I'll be able to get another Wainwright, and I can do 6 again coming back. I just think I need 12, so I'm going to say 6. I've got a 4. I need anything 2 or above, but at least not a 1. Okay, so I got 9, but I don't get what I said. I get what I said, which is 6. Okay, but now I have enough to go back down on my next turn to buy a Wainwright, and I'll go do that again in just a second. But first, let's have that automa take its turn. 15 is blue's gonna move west, and it's gonna do 15 again, maxed out there. But we're gonna roll to see if it removes anything. It does not. Now he entered with my family member. I could spend 3 lira, which I don't, or bonus card, which I do have, but I like it, so I don't know if I want to send him back. I'm going to say no for now because I think I might have that chance again later, because I know I'm doing this for the next couple of turns. Not that I'm using this in any moment here, but maybe I'll have more money. I don't know. We're not going to do it. All right. So now it's our turn. We're going to come back down here. Oh, and this was the smuggler, which I will use. I'll spend red to get a blue, and then I'm going to roll to place him someplace else. Can't put him on 7. 9 is where he already was. 10. There we go at the market. Okay, we've moved ours. I think that one's called the smuggler. Okay, so now I'm coming down here, picking up this assistant, spending 7, getting my second extension for my Wainwright. So my plan is to go back up here, get another 6, come down here, buy the Wainwright, get a ruby, and still have all my assistants to go start looking for my next ruby, which I can start maxing out warehouses a lot faster here. But now I guess I technically don't need this tile as much because I'm going to be using goods to get money, I think, instead. We'll see. But we moved here, bought our Wainwright, so let's have our automa's turn go. Green is going to move north, and we're rotating the small market, location 11. So, as you can see, about 9 rounds in, all of the merchants have just moved up here. They all kind of moved out and then moved back in and then moved up or moved a direction in there. They're kind of all moving back. So they're definitely in a tight cluster, which, I mean, could be a headache. It is nice that they're staying out of their way, but I don't think this is as dynamic of movement as I want to see out of this automa. So, suggestions, comments, you try it out, you let me know. Try a couple other things that I had mentioned, or one that pops into your head. But it's my turn now. I'm going to head back up to the tea house. I'm going to set this to a 4, and I'm going to say 6. And I got 7, so just got it. I got my 6. It's not going to leave me any money to get back, but I think I'm hoping I'll be all right. So then we're going to go here to round 10. And it is, post office is going to move again. Blue does not move. There's no direction, so he's staying right there. And I'm going to come down here to the Wainwright, drop off an assistant, spend those 7 to get my 3rd extension, which then in turn gives me my ruby. Okay, let's move this guy up. He's one turn. Next turn, he's going to get his 2nd ruby for sure. And we got yellow is moving north. See, yeah, they're all up here in the post office now. And it's 14, so that's the small mosque. A 3, 4, or 5, 6. 5, 6, I think it's the green one. Yep. So now he's halfway to another ruby. He just needs to get that red tile, and he's going to get another ruby. And then instead of 29 rounds, I'm only going to have 25 rounds. And that's the shortest it will be. There's no other way for the automa to get a ruby. The one that I did think is if I want to add, or if it works with changing the tokens in the bag, is adding location number 1. He gets that location. He rolls something, maybe a 1, 2, 3, yes, 4, 5, 6, no, on gaining a Wainwright. He gets 3 Wainwrights. He gets his ruby. That's the other way I thought about having him gain a ruby. But I haven't done that yet. I thought this put enough pressure between the mosques and that. I didn't know why I didn't include it first, because I tried to think of the ways they get rubies, but whatever. That's something that you could toy with, and maybe I'll toy with here in the future and see if that's an addition that I would like to make. That last tile. So I'm going to go now. I'm moving away from the tea house Wainwright strategy, and now I'm trying to get some goods. I think if I come down here, I'm going to be able to max out red, and then I could get here and get this ruby right here right away. That's going to leave me with 1, 2. That's not gonna, and then I could come back and max out, and then head back this way. Get this card again. That'd be really nice to get this card again. Oh, wait, you know what? No, that's not this location. That is the market to get money. It's got the purple background. So coming down here is not, I don't think is going to be the plan. I think I want to head towards this way and get that money. But that's a problem there. All these guys. I'll get 20. The first one is 19. So now I got to plan my route back. And what's my next thing? I finished this. I was super focused on it, almost probably too much, but I just didn't like the idea of having to get back up there each time. I want to get it and get it done. So now what do I want to do? Do I want to go between... The problem is they're all around that small market, and the goods are mostly by that small market, so I'm thinking it's going to be this, just trying to get money there, slowing down. So I want to get on this side of it, on this little arc, I think. These 2 goods, these markets, and the gemstone dealer is where I'm going to get my next few, I would guess. Although I could just go here and 1, 2, 3, and try to get green elsewhere and come down here. Yeah. Okay, let's try to run on this route and go down the gemstone dealer. Because why put that middleman in? I can max these things out in one move. Let's get rid of that middleman. Let's be more efficient. I think I'm going to come up here. How many do I have? I only have 2 left. 1, 2, pick him up. I'm trying to figure out the best route here. Maybe it's here, pick up. It could be here, pick up, drop, drop, pick up, pick, and then go down here and then pick up. Oh, shoot. What's Hansi doing? All right, guys, I'm just going to have to move it. I think I'm going to move down here. I'm going to max that out. Because I'm going to need 2 blues, so I got to come over here, and that's where maybe this roll skill will help, because I need to get 9s and 10s here. But we'll max that one out. Next turn for the automa mat. He's going to get his 2nd ruby. And let's see if there's any movement. Not to the east. We don't want anybody in the black market. Okay, so blue's going to move back south. It's 14 again. He's really going for that red tile. 3 or 4 gets it. 2. Nope, didn't get it. All right, now it's my turn. I said I was going to come back here, pick this worker up. I'm going to... Do I want the money? I think I want the money so I can get through anybody who gets in my path. So we'll take this one, and then we'll at least look at this other one. It's the same, so we'll put it down there. So now, at least now, because I spent all my money, I don't want to take time to get money. I don't have to do it now. So I think the smart move is not jump over the black market here. Just 1, 2, and then leave him up there. I think it's got to be here. I'm going to gain... I'm going to get yellow, so I'm going to get a green, I guess. Yep, let's get a green. And then I'm going to... Do I put the 4 here? And I'd have to get a 5 or a 6. Or do I roll both? I think I roll both, and I take 2 rolls at it. All right, so I'm looking for higher the better. Higher the better. That's a 6. That's nothing. So I'm going to roll it again. 7. Okay, so I got 1. So I do have my 2 blue now. So that's good. Now it's going to be the automa's turn. 13. Oh, I feel like I'm falling behind. Okay, 14 and south. Oh, he's coming still for this. He wants that red 3. Oh, and he got it. He got it. So now we got both mosque rubies. So it's for sure only going to have 25 rounds this turn. Oh, he was like a Terminator. He was not being stopped at that 14. I felt like that was 2 or 3 in a row that he went there. So now I'm going to come up here. I'm going to max out this yellow. Okay. And then Automo goes again. Man, I feel like I just let him go 2 turns back to back almost. Red's going to move south and change the small market. Which is fine, whatever. I'm not doing market manipulation this game. I'm going to come back down here, pick this guy up. I'm going to take another green. I'm going to roll. Trying to get some high numbers. 4, absolutely not. And 5, absolutely not. I'm not having any luck at the black market. We move the automa here. Oh my gosh. All those moss tiles are going to be so expensive now. Okay, so 14 again. Oh, we just pulled this jerk of a tile south. So here, at first, the first iteration, I was just saying if they couldn't move in that direction, they wouldn't move. But I think they stood still too much. I wanted him to have more dynamic movement. Again, coming back to the movement of these merchants. I said, okay, we'll just continue in that clockwise fashion. So if he's supposed to move south, he moves to the next clockwise direction. So just move him over to the gemstone dealer. And it's 14. So he said we were going to keep rolling to see if they just make it the max price. And he does make red the max price. But that doesn't matter because I already have my red. But he just wants to just pour salt in that wound. All right, I was here. I'm going to come down. Shoot. Because they can't take that action. I guess I should just come back here to the fountain and collect these guys and then try to get over there. Oh, this is just unraveling quickly, I feel. Okay, green is going to move east. And again, it's 14. It's just going to be a 5 or 6 now. And he did it just to really make things difficult. All right, so now I need to get down here. The Sultan's Palace seems like he's in the middle of nowhere too. Would I rather go to the market? Ugh. I'd only get 18, and I'm going to have to pay some to get through. Again, I don't like the idea of the middleman of the market. Why not just go over to the Sultan's Palace? Could I get that green? Oh, I didn't max out green. I could get these a lot easier now, actually. I could still get that mosque one because I'll just have to max it out. Do I go there and do that? 1, 2, 3, 2, 3, and then to the Cavasary. Do I do that? I could get 2 rubies in that route. So go here and max this one out. Then see where the automa goes. Oh, he's going to go east, and he's going to manipulate 11, which is a small market. So thank goodness I got that money, because now I need to go down here, and I didn't realize I couldn't reach it in one turn. Whoopsie. So I guess I'll go here, and then down there. Can't gain a red. I'll gain a blue. That's nice. And I'll gain 3 more coin, 3 more lira to navigate. I did have to pay 2 to enter that one, so I'm going to discard this 5 and take 3 back. But it's an extra turn that I didn't account for. I didn't do my numbers right. And then we change the market, or the post office. Automa moves. He's on top of another ruby, which means he gains his 4th ruby. So Again, it's just going to be a countdown. I've got, to 25, and then it'll be over. Let's see. 10 is red's gonna move east, and it's 10, so the large market changes. Now we're coming down here, 1, 2. Oh, but now you're not gonna have it. I'm gonna have to go to the fountain again. Dang it. And I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I've got it maxed out. I'm gonna have to pay 1 because there's 1 arrow, and I'm gonna get this one, which gives me a ruby. 2. Okay, so let us take our automa turn and see if there's any movement. It's just going to be the post office resetting. That's it. Okay, I think I'm going to try to now take advantage of this card. I'm going to come over here to the large market, and I'm going to spend 5, 1, 2, 3, 4 green, 1 red to get a total of 5. Oh no, I can't. It's only the small market, isn't it? Yeah, this doesn't have the symbol there. Shoot. Never mind. I thought that was going to be nice. So let's go back. How many of these do I have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That will get me 1, but I won't get that anymore. It'll take me a long time to get that back up. I can't get any more blues there. That was my other idea. Whew. If I go over here to get this, I'm stuck because I don't have any more assistance to get me back. It'll take me 1, 2 turns, 1, 2 turns. That post office is also pretty devastating, but I guess I could go up here, 1, 2, get money, 3, get my 1, 2. Oh, there's so many merchants around here. It's so difficult. I don't have any coins to trade in. It's death over there. I could go here, just try to get some bonus and come back here, but that's not working towards a rupee. I gotta work towards a rupee. What's the rupee I can get? I'm 1 blue away. I could get these 2. So that means I have to go there and at least get 1. So how do I get there? I have to go up here. I have to pay 2 to get in there. I get 2. I'm just gonna swap it out. I'm not gonna do anything. I'm gonna get just 1 green, and that's gonna go back there. And now it's gonna be Automa's turn. I'm gonna be 11 east. Blue's gonna leave east, and 11. That small market's gonna change. Good. I like that. Not having to cost any blue. I do like that. So now you might be able to get some money and that. Okay, going over here. Shoot. Losing 2 coins to get. I can't even get any of that. I'm just trying to get the blues, right? Maybe I shouldn't go there. Maybe I should go over here first. 1, 2. Let's spend 1 to get that. I'm gonna need 2. I'm gonna need, because I discard the other tiles when I purchase, so I'm gonna need 5. So I'm gonna need to get 2 blues to get that one. Okay, now it's Automa's turn again, right there. It's gonna be 5. The post office changes. Doesn't help me out at all. Alright, I'm gonna come down here. I am gonna spend 2 red, 1, 2, a green, 3, and 1 blue. No, 3, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. 1, 2, 4, 5, 6. 6 and 12 is 18. It's not going to be enough. I have to get rid of one of these blues because I need to get rubies. I'll then trade a red for a blue. And we'll move the smuggler to spot number 3. Oh, that could work out. I've gotten change this market. 6, 7, 8, 18. But now it's the AI's turn. That's their 5th ruby. This is going to be a really poor showing for me. I think I got a little distracted with once I had the Wainwright. Oops. Red's going to move west. That's number 14. There's no reason to roll. Can't take the last tile. So we'll just keep that move as short as possible. We are going to go back to the fountain, draw back our workers. Another turn for the AI. See if anything changes. West. Heading in the way, and it's number 10, so it's going to be our large market gets rotated. I'm going to come down here, spend 19, 15, 16, 17, 18. Yeah, once I got my Wainwright filled, I think I lost a little bit of where I was going. It was very disappointing. There's no way for me to get 2 more blue. Could I get over to the Sultan's Palace and at least get 1 more? Yeah, I can get 1 more and I'll end up with 4. That's about my average score. I'm not going to be able to do anything here, so I'm just going to pay the 2 coins to get into that spot. We'll go ahead and move the AI. That's going to be green moving north, and number 11 is going. And this will be my last turn before it gets to ruby, so let's go here. I think I have enough. 1 blue, 1 red, 1 green, 1 yellow, 1 of my choice, 1 blue. I get this ruby. Now, AI's turn, 24 to 25. That's the last ruby. And AI has officially won. So this has been Istanbul with the automa. Please let me know what you thought about the challenge of the time. To me, 25, you've got to be really on. I was at 4. If I played it smart, pretty wise, I could have gotten to 5. I think I went down here to this green one where I should have gone this yellow and then this green. That could have gotten me to at least 5. And then with a full Wainwright, you know that you're always pretty close to getting money and trading in. I still had this card, so I could have gone and gotten. I had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I could have easily gotten 20 more and come down here. Come back and do those 3. Not easily. I say easily, but clearly I didn't do anything very easy this time. I think the glory of this game, getting my Wainwright full right away there, and then after that I kind of just like stumbled around in the streets like maybe. I think with this game I definitely get lost in the movement that is such a big part of it, is arranging your movement, your path, to be as effective as possible, to not just take an action here and moving your merchant back into the fountain. So many rounds, there's so few rounds it feels like, that each one has to get you 1 step closer to that ruby. But biggest other takeaway is just I've played this game now 25, 26 times, and the layout of the map is going to make its replayability so very high, because with the fountain here and the Wainwright and the tea house so close together, it really changed the dynamic of the game. What is around you is going to change really what the strategies you're going to have. If you had mosques, both mosques really close, or the tea house was close, but the spice or the black market was far away, it's going to really change the way that you're going to manage around, and I think that is huge. In terms of the automa, again, the questions we want to consider, that movement, looks like we're pretty spread out here. from the fountain, but it's kind of a slow build. It takes a while for them to get out there. Again, length of the game itself, the addition of another possible ruby for getting the rain right, and just your overall thoughts on its ability to affect the state of the game board with the markets and the post office getting changed pretty frequently. I really appreciate you watching. Thanks so much, and see you next time.